Hello guys, here we are with the new topic, that is cubes and cubes roots. Now already we have done squares and square roots. Okay, now in square and square roots, what did we do? We got a number m such that it can be represented in the form of n into n. Here cubes, what are cubes? They are numbers. We can represent that number as m such that it can be represented in the form of n into n into n. That means it is the product of a number multiplied to itself 3 times. Okay, so m is equal to, we can also say that n cube. Okay, a number when multiplied to itself 3 times, whatever product it gives, that is called as the cube of that particular number. So here we can say that m is the cube of n. Okay, m is equal to n cube. We can also write this as m is equal to n cube. Okay, now same thing we can write in the opposite manner also, like as we did in case of squares and square roots, n square is equal to m. So we can also say that square root of m is equal to n. Okay, so here also we can write in the same manner that cube root, here cube root is represented as a radical sign with a cube root, that means 3 inside the radical sign, and m under the radical sign is equal to n. So the two things give the same meaning, but they are written in a different manner. M is equal to n cube and cube root of m is equal to n. That means we get m when we multiply n 3 times. Okay, 3 times to itself. Okay, and here m cube root of n, that means we are supposed to find such a number which when multiplied to itself 3 times gives the number m. So this is m is equal to cube of n, and cube root of m is equal to n. So a number which can be expressed in the form of n into n into n, that gives us the m, that means it is the cube of n. Okay, now here in case of square roots, we did square roots previously. There were 2 methods of finding out the square root, and that were prime factorization method and division method. Here we are having only one, and that is the prime factorization method, that we will discuss later. But here let us see one thing that we saw in the square roots. In the squares of the numbers, we had a method through which by observing the number we can say whether it is a perfect square or not. Let us see, because we from the squares of the number we deduced that the squares of the numbers do not have 2, 3, 7, these numbers in the end, 2, 3, 7, 8, these are the numbers, and a single 0. Okay, a single 0 at the units place. Okay, so these numbers, if any of these numbers are at the units place of a number, then we can directly say that it is not a perfect square number. But let us see that is there anything such in cubes also. Let us see the cubes of the numbers up to 10. If we see, then that is there any such thing which is applying here also? Then let's see the cubes. The cube of 1 is 1 itself. The cube of 2 is 8. 3 is 27. 4 is 64. 5 is 125. Cube of 6 is 216. Cube of 7 is 343. Cube of 8 is 512. Cube of 9 is 729, and the cube of 10 is 1000. So here one thing, that in the cube of 10, when a number is having 0 in the end, then in its cube there should be 3 zeros. Okay, so the zeros should be multiples of 3. There it were the multiples of 2. Like the square of 10 was 100. Okay, the square of 100 was 10,000. So they were in even numbers. So that means if the number of zeros were in odd numbers, that means that it was not a perfect square. Now here in case of cubes, if a number consists of 0, then the its cube should have zeros in the multiples of 3, like 3 zeros. Then in the square of 100 we will get 6 zeros. It will go like this. In the square of 1000 there will be 9 zeros. It will be in the multiples of 3. Now observing the units place digit in all the in the cubes of all the numbers. Now if we see 1 is there in the cube of 1. Okay. If we see 2 is also here in the cube of 8. If we see 3, then it is in the cube of 7. If we find out 4, then it is in the cube of 4. 5, it is in the cube of 5. If we see 6, then it is in the cube of 6. 7, then it is in the cube of 3. 8, then it is in the cube of 2, and 9, it is in the cube of 9, and at last 10, then there we are having 3 zeros. So there is no such number that we can say that if it lies on the units place, then the number will be, then we can judge whether the number is a perfect cube or not. So just by observing the number, we cannot find out whether the number is a perfect cube or not. But there is a shortcut method through which we can find out the cube of a number. Okay, just estimate the cube of the number, and most of the times it is correct. Now what is that method? Let us see. Suppose I am given to find out the cube of a number like 1, 3, 8, 2, 4. Okay, I am supposed to find out the cube root of this number. Okay, now how to find out? It is a very big number, and I am saying that just by observing the number and calculating the cube with the help of just judgment. Okay, so what is that method? In that method, what do we do? In just by looking at the number, by observing the number, if we want to just find out the, as we used to do in squares and square roots, we used to just see the last number and say that what would have been the units place digit in the square root of this number. So we used to get that number. Now, here we are given this number, and we are supposed to find out the cube root of this number. Now without doing the actual calculation, how will we find? We'll divide this number into two parts. First we'll take a pair of 3, and then again the pair, we'll divide it in the pairs of 3. But here we are having one pair of 3, and after that we are having only 2, so let it remain, let those 2 remain in one group and these 3 in one group. Now what we'll do, we'll find out that the ones place digit, what is the ones place digit here? 4. Now 4 lies in the cube of which number? Of 4. That means that in the ones place digit in the cube root of this number, there will be 4. Okay, now 13. Now we'll find out that which is the cube just lesser than 13. Okay, just before 13, which is a perfect cube number, and that is 8. Okay, so we'll just put that number cube root of 8 in the units place. Okay, now this number can be a cube of 24. Like this we can, without actual calculation, we can find out the cube root of a number. Similarly, if I take another number, let us take 110 592. Okay, now again grouping it in the groups of 3. Okay, these 3 are in one group. This is 5. These 3 are in one group and these 3 are in the other group. Okay, now just see the last digit, that is 2. If we find out where does 2 come in the units place digit, that is in 8. So the units place digit will be 8 here in the cube root of this number. Okay, now 110 is there. Now which is the perfect cube number before 110? Less than 110, and that is 64. Okay, so here 64 is the cube of 4. That means this number can be a cube of 48. Like this we can just, let us take one more example, the last example, and that is 91125. Okay, we are supposed to find out what will be the cube. Now you can tell easily, first grouping it. Okay, now 125, there is 5 there and 5 comes in the cube of 5 itself. So at the units place there will be 5. Now perfect cube number before 91, that is again 64. So this can be a cube of 45. Okay, so like this, without doing the actual calculation, we can just estimate the cube root of the given number by just grouping into threes and observing the last digit of the number. The last digit is 4. That means we have to find out that 4 comes in the ones place digit of cube of which number, and then after that whatever number is left in the second group, we just observe that which number is the perfect cube before that particular number. Before 13, 8 is the perfect cube. Before 110, 64 is the perfect cube. Before 91 also 64 is the perfect cube. So that number will come on the tens place. Okay, like this we can find out the cube root of a particular number without actual calculation. So now let us start with the prime factorization method of finding out the cube root of a number. Suppose we are supposed to find out the cube root of 4096. Okay, now in square roots we used to make the pairs of the numbers. Okay, whatever were the prime factors, we used to arrange it in the pairs. For one pair we used to take one number. Okay, but here we are supposed to put them in triplets because we are finding out the cube root of a number, so it should be expressed in the form of n into n into n. So here we will take, for every triplet we will take only one number. Okay, so finding out the cube root of 4096. Let's start with the prime factorization. Since 6 is there at the evens at the ones place, so here it can be divided with by 2. So 22048. Okay, 21024, 2512. Again 256. 2128, 264, 232, 216, 28, 24, 2 times and 2 one times. So let us see how many 2's are there. 1, 2, 3. And grouping them into threes, because again writing them will be a big time consuming. So here 2, how many times it is there? 4 3's, it is 12 times. Okay, 2 raised to the power 12 is there. Now for every 3 2's we are supposed to take only 1. Okay, so cube root of 4096 is equal to, here we will take only 1 2 for it, again and again, only 4 2's will be there. So 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, and that is equal to 16. So the cube root of 4096 is 16. Like this it goes. Let us take one more number. 13,824. 824. Okay, now again it is a even number here, so we will start with 2, 2, 6, 9, and 1, 2. Okay, now again 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 1, 7, 2, and 8, 2, 8, 6, 4, 2, 4, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 6, 2, 1, 0, 8, 2, how many times will it go? 5, 4, 2, 2, 7, 2, sorry, now it won't go by 2, 3, 9, 3, 3 and 3, 1. So now grouping it into threes, 1, 2, 3, and one time we are having 3, 2, 2, 2. Now the cube root of 13824 is equal to 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. 3 times 2 and 1 time 3. 2 2's are 4, 4 2's are 8, and 8 3's are 24. That is equal to 24. So cube root of 13,824 is 24. Okay, so like this it goes. In square roots we used to take pairs, and here we are taking the cubes. Okay, now one more type of question that is asked is the same as in case of squares and square roots. What number should be multiplied to the given number to make it a perfect cube? There we were making a perfect square. Here we are making a perfect cube. So let us take an example. What should be multiplied to 800? What can be multiplied to 800 to make it a perfect cube? 800 is not a perfect cube number. Now what should be multiplied to it to make it a perfect cube number? Let us see. Now just doing the prime factorization of 800 first. Then whichever number is not in triplets, we have to make the triplet. So multiply that particular number to make it a triplet. So starting with 2, 2, 4, 0, 0, 2, 2, 0, 0, 2, 1, 0, 0, 2, 5, 0, 2, 2, 5, 5, 5, and 5, 1. Okay. Now, what do we observe here? 2 is in triplets here. Okay. But here 2 is not in triplets. So, we need to multiply 2 here. 5 is not also not in triplets. So, we need to multiply 5 here also to make it in triplets. Isn't it? So, what should be multiplied to 800 here? What we are supposed to write? Since 2 and 5 are not in triplets. Therefore, what should be multiplied? Therefore, 2 into 5 is equal to 10 should be multiplied. Now, if we multiply 10 to this number, then what do we get? 8,000. 800 into 800 into 10 gives us 8,000. And now we can calculate easily here itself and write the answer cube root of 8,000. What will be the cube root of 8,000? When 2 into 5, 10 is multiplied. So 1, 2 we are getting here. 1, 2 we are getting here also. So 2 multiplied by 2 gives us 4 and 4 5s are 20. So cube root of 8,000 will be 20. We need not calculate again because we know that when we multiply 1, 2, then this 2 will come in triplets, and this when we multiply 5, this 5 will also come in triplets. So we can observe it and calculate here itself that 1, 2 is multiplied, so we get 2 in triplets. So 2 into 2 and 1, 5 also we get. So the cube root of 800 will be 20. Now similarly we can also ask, as in case of square root, that what number should we divide to a given number to make it a perfect cube. For example, if I give a number 500, what should be divided? 500 should be divided by which number to make it a perfect cube? Right now we can see that it is not a perfect cube. Now, by what number we should divide it? So let us start. Since 2 zeros are there, it can be divided by 2. So 2, 2s are 5s are 0s are. Again by 2, 2. 1s are, 2s are, 5s are. Now 5. 5, 2s are, 5s are, 5, 5s are, and 5, 1s are. Okay. Now we can see that 5 is in triplet, but 2 is not in triplet. Now these two, if we remove these two 2's, then the number becomes a perfect cube. So 2 into 2, 2 is not in triplets. Not in triplets. Therefore, 500 should be divided. 500 should be divided by 2 into 2, that is equal to 4. Now, if we divide 500 by 4, what do we get? 125. And from here itself, we can observe that the cube root of 125 will be 5 then. That will be our answer. Okay, so here the examples are given, what number should be multiplied and what number should be divided by a particular number so that they become a perfect cube. Okay, now the last type of question that is asked is, now see, when you take a cube, okay, then the volume of the cube is always equal to side into side into side. Okay, so whenever the volume of the cube is given, to find out the side of the cube, what do? We find out the cube root. To find the volume, we take its cube, and to find out its side, we find out its cube root. Okay, So the volume of the cube should be a perfect cube number. Okay, so that kind of questions are asked, that how many such cuboids, the measurements of the cuboids are given to us, that how many such cuboids should be joined so that we get a cube. By joining the cuboids we can make a cube. Okay, but the number that should come as the volume should be a perfect cube. Okay, so sometimes the questions like these are also asked, that how many cuboids of sides 4 centimeter, 4 centimeter and 5 centimeter should be joined together to make it a perfect cube. How many cuboids of sides 4 centimeter, one can be a length, one can be breadth and one can be height. So how many cuboids of dimensions 4 centimeter, 4 centimeter and 5 centimeter should be joined together to make a cube. Okay, that means we want a perfect cube number here, and they are simply asking here like this, that what number should be multiplied to it to make it a perfect cube, because when we multiply these three numbers we are not getting a perfect cube. So they are asking that how many such cuboids are required to make it a perfect cube. So we need to find out that what number should be multiplied to it to make it a perfect cube. In that case, what we will do is 4 into 4 into 5. Okay, volume of the cuboid. Right now, what is the volume of the cuboid? The length into, let us write the formula. Volume of cuboid is equal to L into B into H. So volume of this cuboid is 4 into 4 into 5 cubic centimeter. Okay, and that is equal to 4 4s are 16 and 16 5s are 80. Okay, that is equal to 80. Now we need to find that how many such cuboids should be joined together to make it a perfect cube. So when we do the prime factorization of 80, what do we find? What we require in pairs. So 80, 2, 4, 0, 2. How many times will it go? 20, 2, 10, 2, 5 and 5 ones. Okay. So 2 is here in triplets. Okay. But again 2 and 5 are not in triplets. So we need 2 more 2s and 2 more 5s to make them perfect. Make it a perfect cube. So we need, since 2 and 5 are not in pairs. Pairs need triplets. They are not in triplets. Okay. Triplets. Therefore, 2 more 2s we need. Okay. And 2 more 5s we need. So what does it make? 2 into 2, 4. 4 5s are 20 and 20 into 5 is equal to 100. That is equal to 100. Therefore, 100 such cuboids are required. 100 cuboids are required to make a cube. If we need to make it a perfect cube, then we require 100 such cuboids to make a cube. Okay, because the dimension of the volume of each will be equal to 80. The volume of each will be equal to 80. So 80 into 100 will give us a perfect cube. Okay, so 100 such cuboids will be required. Okay, so these type of questions are generally asked in case of cubes and cube roots. Okay, so here and the types of questions are discussed, how to find out without the actually calculating the cube root. How can we find out the cube root? How can we just estimate the cube root, that we have discussed, and how to calculate the cube root with the prime factorization method, how to find out the number which should be multiplied to make it a perfect cube, and how to find a number that should be divided to make it a perfect cube, and other application based questions question is also discussed here. So with that, the chapter cube root is covered in this video. Do not forget to subscribe for the channel, and thanks for watching the video. Thank you.